Hey, y'all, picture this at 6:45 a.m. I'm standing in my driveway in my scrubs, bone-tired after a 12-hour shift at the hospital, and I'm staring at an electric bill that says I owe $922 for 1 month. $922 for a little 3-bedroom house in Maplewood Grove, where I live alone, no kids, no crazy appliances, just me and my jazz records. I'm Marcus Tate, a physical therapist who worked my tail off to buy this place, a cozy brick house with a front porch I dreamed of since I was a kid in a shoebox apartment. But that morning, holding that crumpled bill, I felt a knot in my gut, the kind you get when you know something's wrong, and you're about to have to fight for what's right. Now, I'm no stranger to hard work. Growing up, my mom always said, "Marcus, you get yourself a house, you keep the lights on, and you don't let nobody mess with your peace." But $922? That was no typo. Last month's bill was $340, which I thought was high, but I blamed the summer heat, cranking the AC to survive those Georgia nights. Before that, my bills never topped $200, even in July. So, standing there, the sun barely up, I knew this wasn't just a glitch someone was playing me. And as a black homeowner in a quiet suburban neighborhood, you learn quickly that when things don't add up, you better start asking questions. I started poking around my property, checking every outlet, every wire, like I was Sherlock Holmes in Scrubs. That's when I spotted a thick, sneaky cable snaking from my electric meter, along the foundation, under the fence, and straight into the backyard of my neighbor, Evelyn Harper. Oh, Evelyn, the queen bee of Maplewood Grove, head of the HOA for a decade, a woman in her late 50s with a perm stuck in the 90s and a smile that never reached her eyes. From the day I moved in 3 years ago, she made it clear she didn't want me here. My mailbox was too modern. My car was parked too close to the curb. My lawn, which I paid a guy to keep pristine, was not up to standards. Every month, I'd get her passive-aggressive HOA letters, nitpicking things that didn't apply to anyone else. But this wasn't about mailbox aesthetics. This was theft, plain and simple. Those wires weren't some DIY mess, they were pro-level, hooked up to Evelyn's house like she was sipping my electricity through a straw. I grabbed my phone, snapped photos of every angle, the meter, the cables, the slick bypass setup, and called the power company's fraud line, my voice shaking but steady. The rep was stunned. "Sir, if this checks out, this is serious. Don't touch anything, we're sending someone now." 2 hours later, a no-nonsense investigator named Carla Jones showed up, took one look at the setup, and whistled. "This ain't amateur hour, Mr. Tate. Whoever did this knew their stuff." While Carla was documenting everything, I filled her in on Evelyn's HOA reign of terror, the fake violations, the snide comments about certain people not fitting in. Then, like a scene from a bad movie, here comes Evelyn, strutting across the street in her kitten heels, clutching her pearls. "Marcus, what is all this? Utility workers in our neighborhood? This is highly irregular." I almost laughed at her nerve, acting like she owned the block while stealing my power. Carla, cool as ice, introduced herself. "Ma'am, I'm with Peach State Power. We're investigating electrical theft. You live at 312 Oak Street, correct?" Evelyn's face went from pink to ghost white, but she puffed up, pointing at me. "This man's been nothing but trouble since he moved in. Loud music, shady guests, and now he's making up stories about me." I couldn't hold back. "Evelyn, those wires run from my meter to your house. My bills jumped from $200 to $900 while you've been living large on my dime." She sputtered, "That's absurd. You probably rigged it to frame me." Carla raised an eyebrow, showing her photos of the weathered cables. "Ma'am, these have been here for months. This isn't a setup, it's a crime." That's when Evelyn lost it, her voice shrill. "I don't have to listen to this some outsider trying to extort me. This is a respectable neighborhood." The air went still. Carla and her boss, who just arrived, stared at her, jaws tight. Even for Evelyn, that was bold. Then she made her fatal mistake. She called 911. "A black man is harassing me, officers. He's got fake utility workers trying to break into my house." I stood there, stunned, as Carla jumped in, loud enough for the operator to hear. "This is Carla Jones, badge 6723, Peach State Power. Mr. Tate is the victim of electrical theft. The homeowner at 312 Oak Street is the suspect." 2 cops rolled up, Officer Lopez, calm and seasoned, and Officer Carter, a sharp-eyed woman who sized up the scene fast. Evelyn ran to them, playing the damsel. "Officers, thank God. This man's been terrorizing me for years." But Carla showed them the evidence, and Lopez wasn't buying Evelyn's act. Ma'am, we've got wires running from his meter to your house. That's not a misunderstanding, that's theft. Evelyn's story unraveled faster than a cheap sweater. Panicking, she blurted out, "It wasn't my idea. My nephew. Derek, he's an electrician, he said it was temporary, just to help with my bills." Carla's eyes narrowed. Temporary? This setup's been siphoning power for at least a year. That's when I learned the real scope. Evelyn wasn't alone. Derek had wired 5 other houses to my meter, a mini crime ring stealing over $30,000 from me over 15 months. My head was spinning. This wasn't just Evelyn's greed, it was a conspiracy, and I was their ATM. Enter Derek, rolling up in his shiny electrician's van, all swagger. "What's the problem, Aunt Evie? I'll clear this up." But Detective Rachel Kim, who'd taken over, wasn't impressed. "Mr. Holt, your aunt says you rigged this theft. Care to explain?" Derek's confidence cracked. "She's confused, I just did some maintenance." Rachel held up Carla's photos. "This isn't maintenance. This is grand theft." Derek clammed up, demanding a lawyer, but Evelyn kept talking, sinking them both. Derek said Marcus wouldn't notice, he's always at work, and he can afford it. I snapped. "Afford it? I'm drowning in bills because of you." Her blank stare said it all. She genuinely thought I owed her my money. The trials were a circus. Derek went first, and the evidence was brutal: photos, recordings, even a voicemail where he bragged about milking the night shift guy's meter. The jury took 2 hours to convict him: 10 years in prison, $150,000 in fines, license revoked. Evelyn's trial was worse. She tried to play the confused old lady card, but her own words buried her. On the stand, she admitted, "I thought if Marcus left, it'd be easier to hide the wires." The prosecutor pounced. "So you harassed him with fake HOA violations to drive him out?" Evelyn froze, and the jury didn't. Guilty: 5 years, restitution, and a lifetime ban from HOA rolls. 6 months later, I'm on my new deck, sipping coffee, watching the sunset. The power company installed a tamper-proof meter, and I got $35,000 in restitution, plus a $100,000 settlement for civil rights violations. The HOA is under new management, with actual fair rules, and Evelyn's old cronies are gone. My new neighbors are great. We even had a block party last week. But the best part? Peace. No more crazy bills, no more HOA letters, just me, my house, and my life back. Still, I can't shake one thing. Evelyn's lawyer just filed for early release, claiming she's helping other investigations. Word is, she was feeding info to other shady HOAs, targeting folks like me. It's a long shot, but it makes me wonder, how deep does this go? Could there be more Evelyns out there, hiding behind community standards? That's where I need y'all. Drop a comment: have you dealt with shady neighbors or HOA drama? What's your take on justice in cases like this? Hit that like button if you're Team Truth. Subscribe for more real stories, and let's keep this convo going. Peace, y'all.